It's your favorite time again. You and I are going to be doom scrolling Twitteroonies, and my gosh, what a bomb it's been for the past 24 hours. The assassination of Charlie Kirk's pretty much been on everyone's page 24/7. We've seen a lot of foreign intel suspicions, if you know what I mean, when it comes to that. But let's check it out. Coinfessions, friends. So I bought PNUT at 25k on PumpFun because the meta was right. But then I sold for a loss when I saw that the guy showed his Wee Willie on OnlyFans. I kept refusing to buy back in over and over again because I had sold for a loss. What? I didn't know that happened. The PNUT, my God. So the guy who made PNUT PumpFun, the guy who made the PNUT the Skrill, flashed his Willie on OnlyFans? Wow, man. Crypto, the gift that keeps on grifting. That's funny. Remember, friends, and it did go up heaps as well. I have all these comments here. If that was me, I'd off myself. No, friends, don't. Oh, Luis, I had 4 mil PNUT and sold for $800 profit. I was so happy until 5 days later. So, PNUT the Skrill, friends, if you remember Trader Main as well, I think he put in $1,500 or something. If he held it for 5 days, he would have had 14 million. Something like that, yeah. Or 10 million. But he sold it for like a $500 profit or a loss or a $300 loss. But yeah, you're looking at a lottery ticket, man. It's kind of like, I chose these 6 numbers, man. If I didn't put 46, if I put 42, and if I changed a 7 to a 9, you know what I mean? Then I would have got it. But that's what it all looks like. Of course, there is an edge to get all these things, but are they repeatable? Are they repeatable? No, they're not, okay? Because right now we know about all the stories, but are there people coming out there to repeat them? Well, they are in different ways. Are they telling you about it? No, they're not. They're trying to find ways to grift. Hey, let's make a streamer coin. Let's get hooked up with someone so we can rug the coin. So good luck to everyone out here, friends. They're mastering the trenches, and these things, look, they're short. They don't last forever. And look, there's going to be new ways to gamble and speculate, you know, and it takes away from people in one area. But what stands through the test of time? Long-term holding. It stands the test of time. AI agents are about to become the biggest users of stablecoins. Kite AI is a foundational layer making it real. AI agents using stablecoins. Interesting. Very interesting. We're thrilled to announce $18 million series led by PayPal. Looks like Hercules attentive and also noticed something. Interesting. So yeah, AI agents, I guess, using stablecoins. If they've made a product that like we use and we subscribe to, whatever they end up doing, curating stuff for you or just doing things for you in general, yeah, maybe that's how they take their payment. So when we have our own AI agents and everything in the future, that'd be cool. Remember, friends, AI agents, they're extremely important. Why? Because right now, obviously, we all know, friends, it's funny. I've noticed Ivan on Tech is starting to notice something, friends. Ivan, I know you're watching, brother. I know you can't. I know, Ivan, because you got to be diplomatic. Ivan started to notice that, coincidentally or not, every single first world country in the world, Europe, many places, even Japan, suddenly out of nowhere, have these politicians that come out and say, you know what we really need? Open border policies. That's what we need. Yes, let's dilute the crap out of our race here. All of us. That's a great idea. All of us. Let's bring in all these immigrants. All of us. Open borders. And then now things are starting to break and crack a bit. We need the GDP. And like a few people starting to notice, that's really weird. For a total coincidence, every single world government decides, I know what's a great idea, man. Let's let the boats in. All of them come in. You tell me, friends. Here you have Autism Capital. TMZ releases what they claim is footage of the Charlie Kirk shooting, suspect walking towards campus. Notice the limp. Could be a way to throw people off or a concealed weapon. Is it coming off here? You just don't know what to believe. You just don't know what to believe anymore. A limp. He's got a rifle. A clean shot. Friends, we already saw George Zinn. George Zinn is, yes, we know, friends. I showed you, like, how do you explain a random 80-year-old dude with a fake BB gun What's something now? How do you explain him distracting everybody and saying, shoot me, to pretend that he was, and it says, who does that? Firstly, like, who's even expecting, oh yeah, one guy's going to get shot. Oh, it was actually me. And an old, come on, man. It's just, George is in, huh? And they just let him go. Here we have Altcoin Sherpa. Shorting anything is dangerous right now. It's fine as a hedge or a scalp, but going net short seems iffy. I would rather wait for 120K. Bitcoin's 115 when he's saying that. Oh, don't short here. Short if Bitcoin goes up 3.5% higher. God bless this man. You know, they're all OGs, friends. They're all like traders. They're always, look, this is what, just to let you know, okay, in every cycle, people come in for their own investing mentality style and they stick to it. That's what usually happens. So people from 2017, they were all trading BitMEX leverage. They all still do it today. A lot of them washed up now. 2020 was DeFi years, DeFi yield farming. So those yield farmers, they all still do it. You know, there's Taiki and all these other people ahead. They still do yield farm. Like they go in here, they join like a 4-month program to get like, you know, a couple of % yield, and they like doing this RV yield stuff out here, right? That's 2020. School of 2021, if you came in, a lot of people basically buying meme coins, Doge and SHIB and Mania stuff out here. Now they've actually carried on. That's why it's super strong effect. But now you have PumpFun people that came in 2024. So that's what we call like the Solana homoerotic trenches. So they're always in there. They're just trying to trade little network effects and stuff out here. You never know. Maybe we have a big season on prediction markets, and then people here are just going to be like permanent prediction market punters in the future. But like that'd be harder and harder because prediction markets, you don't get like enormous asymmetric upside because people can't get trapped as much. Because, you know, with prediction markets, it's either yes or no moment. You know, so like if I tell you, oh, Bitcoin succeeds, what price is that to you? You know, one person could have price of Bitcoin succeeding being 300K, another guy has 3 million. So that guy who thinks Bitcoin succeeding at 3 million, he is still a buyer at 1 million. You see what I mean? So there's asymmetric, huge different payoffs, but you don't get that in prediction markets. But these different narratives and metas, they come out and they basically get people, but it always changes. Why? Because you run out of you retailers who you need to make money, a lot of money off, and then eventually you're just left with the survivors, and the retailers, they have to reset, and there has to be a new wave later on. Here you have CRG, FartCoin looking good here. Here is FartCoin, 86 cents. So I guess it's one of like the premier meme jokes that's hit with boomers that's on Solana and stuff out here. It's a pretty high market cap. Yeah, man, so we don't know what's going to actually take over or if it will even be a meme coin. We don't know. Damo. Pump creator fees do exactly what their intention is, but yesterday clearly showed us they are deeply broken. I don't know what exactly he's talking about, but pump creator fees. So what PumpFun's doing, friends, is they don't care about the buyers of the coins. They basically think you're stupid and you're going to get rugged anyway. So what they're now doing is they are catering towards the token suppliers. That's what they're catering towards. So they're trying to cater for like, hey, how can we make the people creating the tokens, what, you know, do we want to be scantily clad women in bikinis? Do we want them to be like your streamers? What do they do? Just stream stuff and like here's stuff you can connect with your audience to do that, right? That's what that's what it is. But we don't, this is the thing, right? So because it's all new, you don't know, right? If you're betting on someone as a streamer and you own their coin, right? If they stop streaming, okay, you're rugged, they take a holiday, all these other risks. And we've already seen with Gainsy, like you have these little, it's because it's the same people trading the attention. Okay, you need new people coming in, but we'll see. Times like these when I wish Adam Cochran didn't block me because I called him a cheeseburger lover. I'm sure we could all use his takes on global events and US politics. Kate making it obviously a joke. Maybe cheeseburger lover because he's putting on a bit of weight, I think. Adam Cochran, it's kind of funny. I think he's just anti-Trump and stuff. Here's an article. If you want to get rich on X, it isn't going to be through creator revenue or meme coins. What is this? Engagement. Let's see if we can. If you've noticed a decline in your engagement, don't worry. It's not the algorithm. Your context sucks. A few weeks ago, Nikita shared 5 sentences or less per post. Stick to one niche. Consistency is everything. Share hot takes, new ideas, or teach something. Instead, think about one subject matter you know more about than anybody else. It could be anything, and then do it every day. And they have out here, this is platinum. So, friends, I'll just tell you right now, don't bother, dude. Don't bother. Look, friends, it's kind of like, would you go and spend all your time learning how to be the world's best skateboarder? like Tony Hawk's. You know, would you go do that? You're like, oh man, you got to be, you know what I mean? It's the same thing, dude. Do you understand? The people that actually do it, they're good with verbal reasoning and language, or they know how to hit people with jokes, and they just keep, like, I am not on Twitter to like, oh, I'm going to engagement farm like that NFT god, Alex Finn, like, oh, I'm just going to hack the code like Ty Lopez, because that's just all fake. You're not authentic, man. Like, I'm not here to do that. I don't care. And friends, a lot of my content, you'll notice, I make content, I screenshot it, I absorb it, I post about it. It's so I can cover it in my videos. It's all symbiotic for that. You know what I mean? And I'm not even doing it to like get more views and stuff. I don't give a crap, but I don't get fans. If you've noticed for me, when I talk about people, I don't even go tag them. I don't, because I can't be bothered looking up their username. I'm like on the phone or whatever. I don't want to have to go switch it. I just can't be bothered. I'll just write that person's name. I don't care. I don't care about, oh, do I get more engaged? Who gives a crap about them? You know what I mean? So we're winning anyway, friends. We know buy low, sell high, buying the depression, selling euphoria. We know about the business cycle. We know about everything, all these macro things, putting it together. We know it's a believer cycle. What do we need all these people for? For engagement on this shitty little Twitter X platform? Friends, the revenue is absolutely trash. It is complete trash. The only way to make good revenue is you literally have to grift and yield farm people. You know? So each to their own. You can do that. I'm not going to do that. Here we have Nico. My normal friends keep DMing banger Milady posts. Turned out Milady was the greatest catalyst for onboarding the world to crypto. Remember, Milady is one of the strong cults on Ethereum. I think Vitalik changed his profile pic to Milady. Also, just be careful. You know, no, you have to be careful. But Milady, friends, does have Fed operatives in their community. Not joking. It actually does. One person I think got done for murder, and he had a Milady. Yeah, I'm not joking. I think he was either done for murder or was caught as a spy in another country. I forgot. It was something deep, and something around that. Something eventful happened, and they had a Milady pic. They were a Milady user. They checked that guy's Twitter. Someone go looked at, had a Milady profile pic. They were in the Telegram as well. Also with Milady, there's pedophilia rings in there as well. So it's cult, man. That's it. You know. You want to hold your bid? It's a community effect. There you go. Also, rallied in the bear market, so super strong. This is 99 Capital. Dear everyone fighting for freedom, don't let today's events scare you. Speak louder. They want us to be silenced. PDI is our way to opt out. That's wonderful. So, yes, friends, if the prophecy completes, PulseChain core coins are great in the bull market. Okay, they're going to drop 98% in the bear market. Do you want to touch them for 3 years? Well, we don't have any evidence of altcoins holding a bid besides BNB for the bear market. Okay, so good for a bull market. What happens when global liquidity goes down and then goes sideways? Okay, well, we have hopefully PDI for the US dollar component and hopefully PWBTC for the Bitcoin component. Okay, so that will be adding to Bitcoin's PulseChain's network effect if we can fulfill those prophecies, because they are OIP, ownerless, immutable, and permissionless. Remember, friends, we all see PayPal. We're all in. Let's expand the HyperLiquid community together across our broad network. So PayPal wants the HyperLiquid USDH because they're super fast growing DEX. But as well, friends, because this is a tragedy that people always, this even happened in Railway Mania. This is a tragedy to people, right? Stock market cycles, everything. I've been reading about this for, man, yeah, this goes back 150 years now of stock market speculation, okay? Since the 1870s. The number one mistake people make is they always underestimate competition, okay? They always think the thing I'm in is the best and only thing, and it will never be taken out. Ever, ever, ever. Okay, that is the biggest mistake of every big mania, tech, railway stocks, electricity company, whatever, everything in the past 150 years. Okay, great, all the roaring 20s, everything. That's what it is. People, they get something, they totally underestimate what it's going to be like, okay, for competition. So with HyperLiquid, same thing, right? So there are people in HyperLiquid. HyperLiquid's first cycle, so that nobody else has enough time to build the HyperLiquid tech. They don't have enough time, but one day they will. And then you have the Binance HyperLiquid. Then you have the Bybit one. By the way, friends, Bybit already announced they're making one. I forgot what it was called. I think it was a pretty crappy name. You know what I mean? But I'm sure they're all making them. Of course they're going to make them. They go, oh, wait, we can just make exchanges, link our liquidity and our users, and there's no KYC. Okay, cool. I guess we'll just do it. No one's going to stop us because HyperLiquid's doing it, right? But the exchanges didn't do it at first. Why? Because they don't want to hurt their business. You know, in crypto, they have employees and stuff and, you know, SEC and things before. So now they saw HyperLiquid to do it. They go, oh, these people aren't arrested. Cool. I guess we'll do it. So you see what I mean? That's why the liquidity is eventually going to be diluted and stuff over time for time. Richard Hart, the price you can buy at or sell is the most important number. You can't place an order on the market cap chart. You can't place an order on the volume chart, but you can actually trade the price. Just showing you that market caps are not a good metric to see by itself how high something can go. But everyone looks at it, so I guess it's used for relative markets and pricing. There's one thing as well, because the thing is, you don't know how much of the supply of the coins are held out there. That's what it is. But look, you can say market caps are not relevant, but 8 out of 8 altcoins stopped at 100 billion market cap. Every single one. Do you know that? Do you know every single altcoin, 8 out of 8, have stopped near 100 billion market cap? 8 out of 8. And a few hit 100 on the dot. BNB hit 100 on the dot. Cardano hit 100 on the dot in 2021. XRP hit 100 on the dot. Wild. Absolutely wild, yeah. The only coin that hit 100 billion market cap and went up was Bitcoin in 2017. It hit 100 billion market cap, which was $6,000 Bitcoin, and then it went up to 300 billion market cap, which is about 20,000. And then it came back down. It's just interesting. It's just interesting, right? Just to know. That's weird. 8 out of 8 times. Why? I don't know. Is it a round number? But people aren't trading it, are they? I don't know. It's just maybe people are. I don't know. It's interesting. That's all. Here we have Jim Cramer. Richard Hart. Darn it all. I can't believe this post, friends. We've gone through this. So literally, he's fighting Richard Hart now. I guess it's literally time to go up only. Friends, I've almost ratioed him in literally... Come on, baby. We're gonna Richard Hart. Jim Cramer's bearish on Richard Hart. That means PulseChain is going to get sent higher. I'm sure we have everyone coming out here. Here's Corey Costa. Wow, I take back every poo-poo PulseChain comment I've ever said. Bullish on Richard. Friends, do you understand the funny part with Corey? Friends, this brings a tear to my eye of joy. Do you know Corey was one of the very rare few people who got blocked by Jim Cramer? Do you know that? This was the funniest thing. Jim Cramer, friends, in 2022 or 2023, I forgot when it was. When was it, Corey? Jim Cramer was posting and he was drunk, right? And Corey, after every one of Jim's posts, like if Jim Cramer says, if he says he's eating spaghetti, Corey will always post getting short on spaghetti. Okay, and then, 2 days later, Jim Cramer posts himself literally sitting on furniture. He's like shorting all furniture. He would always do that. Now, but this is the wildest part. Corey only had like 10 likes, and like I can see him. But the thing is, there's all these like super big popular American KOL accounts which have a lot, like Wall Street bet guys with like, they had so much more engagement. What I can't believe, somehow Jim Cramer, he just got so pissed off at Corey, he blocked him. He freaking blocked him. Now, I think he's gone through and he ended up unblocking him. He must have gone through some sort of cleansing or something. But it was the funniest thing ever. Like, and it's because Corey's a sweetheart. How did Jim Cramer come out? And he was really drunk. He was always like, when Jim Cramer, you can tell when he starts slurring how he types, he gets really sloshed. He cranks. I think he cranks the wines really, really hard on his on the TV shows and stuff like that. When he's doing the panels and stuff. So kind of funny lord. Just to get us through this moment. Check this out as well. Hex on Ethereum is looking solid, up 17% to the day, 33% on the week. That's awesome. Hope we do another 50, 100x on that. Andrew Mo. Stablecoins account for 94% of total RWAs. I believe only RWA-backed stablecoins should be considered. Interesting. Very interesting out here. So real-world assets, stablecoin, super cycle, it's all happening. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Catch you in the next one.